I've got 7 prop bets for you for Thursday Night Football. Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Jason Mattis with Winning Bets. Thanks for hanging out with me on this episode. That's right, it's Thursday Night Football, and I'm so excited to see this matchup between the Cardinals and the Seahawks. We got a thriller in Week 7 a few weeks ago between these two teams, and I think this game's going to be equally fascinating going into this one. I've got bets for you today for tonight's game. We've taken the last two days off here on the show in terms of giving you bets for the actual day. I've still been giving you bets, but they've been more towards the weekend action. The bets I'm going to give you for today, or of course for this matchup, it's the only thing going on tonight. Everybody's going to be watching this big game. Don't forget, guys, I already did give you the NFL teaser for tonight. We're taking the Cardinals plus 9.5, and we parlayed that with over 51.5. So we've got that one play already going on, and then I've got 7 prop bets for you. Before I go ahead and give you those prop bets, let's go ahead and set the stage for these bets. Let's go ahead and look at that Seahawks pass defense. Yardage allowed, dead last in the league. Passing attempts, dead last in the league. Pass completions, dead last in the league. Yards per catch, 29th in the league. So this is a defense from a passing perspective is just horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. Maybe, you can sit there and say, well, that's because the Seahawks offense score points. Great. Seahawks offense is probably going to score points in this game too. It's that defense, though, that I'm looking at for the Seahawks, and it's absolutely atrocious. If we look at the Cardinals in Week 7, which was just 3 games ago for them, what did they do? If we remove the 4 pass attempts in overtime, one of them was actually a spike, so it was really 3. They count spikes in the NFL as passing attempts. If we remove the 3 for 4 that he went in overtime, so let's just look at the game in regulation. Kyler Murray in Week 7 went 31 of 44 for 337 yards. So clearly the game plan was, Cliff Kingsbury sees the same thing I do. You've got a terrible, terrible passing defense. Let's go ahead and attack that. 44 pass attempts. On average, guys, they run about 60-ish plays per game on the offense side of the ball. So 2/3 of the plays in that game were in the hands of Kyler Murray throwing the ball. I love that. Also, let's look at a couple other things here. Shaquille Griffin and Quentin Dunbar are the Seahawks' 2 top cornerbacks. They played in that Week 7 matchup when Kyler Murray went 31 for 44 for 377 yards. They're not playing in this game. So he absolutely lit it on fire, and from the passing game 3 weeks ago, take out the Seahawks' 2 best corners. From a team that is dead last in passing yardage, dead last in passing attempts, dead last in passing completions, and 29th in average yardage per catch, you take out their 2 top corners. Oh, and let's throw in, and I don't know I think this guy's name is Nico Thorpe. He's the best backup corner. He's been put on IR this week. So you got their 2 top starters out. You've got the top guy that's out. Cliff Kingsbury should be sitting there saying, oh yeah, we're going to be passing this ball again, boys. We were successful in Week 7 throwing the ball. The Seahawks have only gotten worse. Statistics-wise, they're about the same. But player-wise, they've only gotten worse. We're going to be throwing that ball. And if you think they're going to rush the ball, this is where the Seahawks defense is pretty good. Number 4 rushing defense in the NFL, number 4 in yards, and number 4 in average per carry. This Seahawks defense, you don't want to rush it. So if you're sitting there, Kingsbury, you got the terrible passing defense against a really good rushing defense. Why are you going to rush the ball? He already showed you 3 weeks ago that wasn't the game plan. He came out throwing the ball 44 times. I expect much of the same, if not more. And when you add in that the 2 cornerbacks for the Seahawks are out, I'm doubling down. I'm all in on this Cardinals passing attack tonight. Let's go. These are the 7 NFL prop bets that are going to make you money tonight. Kyler Murray over 280.5 passing yards comes in at minus 106 over at PointsBet. Murray pass completions over 24.5, and that comes in at minus 106 on DraftKings. So I'll say that again. Murray pass completions over 24.5, minus 106 on DraftKings. Somebody's going to catch these 25 passes. These are the guys that are going to do it. Hopkins over 6.5 receptions, minus 146 on FanDuel. Kirk over 4.5 receptions, plus 118 on FanDuel. Larry Fitzgerald over 3.5 receptions, minus 130 on DraftKings. Chase Edmunds over 2.5 receptions comes in at minus 152 on DraftKings. This is the first time I've ever given up a bet plus or above minus 150 on the show. I've never done it. It's a tick above it at minus 152, but I'm all in on this Cardinals passing attack, so I just made my bets accordingly. If this was 160, I wouldn't have done it. It's just barely over it. So there it is. I want to give it to you. And in week 7, Hopkins, Kirk, Fitzgerald, Edmunds all would have cashed without overtime. Those receivers would have all cashed those bets without overtime. I'm telling you right now, this is going to be the game plan. If it's not the game plan tonight, I'll eat my own words, but I will be beyond shocked if the Cardinals do not throw the ball based on success in week 7. The stats of the defense, and then the personnel that the Seahawks don't have available tonight. I've got a couple more for you here. All right, so it looks like I've only got one more. Kyler Murray anytime TD minus 140 over at FanDuel. Kyler Murray has a rushing touchdown in all but one game this season. This is actually a bet I'm going to make going a lot for. This is one where I credit my research when I do these games there on Fox Bet Super 6 app or the NBC Sports Predictor app where I dig really deep. I mean, there's so many players in the NFL, right? You don't have time to research every week, every player, and every matchup. But this is one where I researched it extensively for our chance to win $25,000 tonight on the Fox Bet Super 6 app. Kyler Murray has a rushing touchdown in all but one game. Obviously, you guys know they played the Bills last week, and I watched that game. He got 2 against that Bills defense. They call his number in the red zone. They will get to the red zone however the hell they want to get to the red zone. But when they get within about 15 yards, it's Kyler Murray, and he's going to rush it on into that end zone. I'm taking this bet based on how it's gone unfolded. Now that I know that these are the numbers that he's got a rushing touchdown in all but one game, I'm making this single bet every single week going forward. Now I may get burned tonight, but this one's going to cash a lot more than it's not going to cash. I'm making that bet every single week. Kyler Murray to get a rushing touchdown, minus 140 over at FanDuel. And those are the bets tonight, guys. I'm all in on this passing attack. Join me. Put a comment in there. Let me know which of these 7 you're going to join me on, or if it's all 7. We haven't made bets, really much throughout this week. So let me know what you're doing. 7 of these NFL prop bets for tonight. I know you guys are going to join me at least on a couple of them. I'm curious to hear which one you're going to do. Let me know. Like this video. Let's go. Arizona Cardinals passing attack. Light it up. There's no reason to rush on this defense. Throw the ball, Kingsbury. I believe in you. You did it in week 7. I think you're only going to double down and do it even more tonight. All right, guys, get your bets in. Let me get this thing edited so you can get them on in. And I'm Jason Mattis, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching this episode of Winning Bets. I'm Jason Mattis. I'll see you again when we are celebrating the wins and making more winning bets. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more winning bets.